You must take on coal and water.
Don't tell me what to do, Thomas,
Huffed Billy,
You are a very bossy engine.
and Billy steamed off.
Silly Billy, you've forgotten the chickens, Farmer McCall called.
Bother, Billy, wheezed Thomas. And he chuffed quickly off towards the quarry. Thomas was pleased to find Billy at the quarry, but Billy wasn't pleased to see him. You didn't pick up the chickens, puffed Thomas, and you still haven't taken on coal and water.
Stop telling me what to do, Thomas,
Huffed Billy,
You are a very bossy engine.
and Billy steamed off.
He's forgotten our oil.
Wheezed Mavis. Thomas was worried, and he raced off quickly for the depot. Thomas was pleased to find Billy at the depot, but Billy wasn't pleased to see him. Billy had backed up to heavy wagons of diesel oil. They need diesel oil at the quarry, not the depot, tooted Thomas. And you still haven't taken on coal and water,
Stop telling me what to do, Thomas.
huffed Billy.
You are a very, very bossy engine.
Billy steamed off without the diesel oil. Thomas was worried, and he chased after Billy. Thomas was pleased to find Billy at the coaling plant. He was backing his wagons under the hopper, but he didn't see Percy there, and he biffed him right under the hopper. Percy was covered in coal from funnel to footplate.
Watch out, silly Billy,
Percy peeped. Oh no, tooted Thomas. You must be careful when you roll under the hopper, and you must take on coal and water now.
Thomas, huffed Billy, stop telling me what to do. You are a very bossy engine.
Thomas was very unhappy. He didn't want to be called bossy anymore. Do whatever you want, Billy, he wished. This made Billy very happy, and he raced off. Suddenly, Billy stopped. He had run out of coal and water. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. I haven't taught Billy to be really useful at all. Thomas shunted Billy to the water tower. Then Billy's firebox was filled with coal. I know you think I'm a bossy boiler, tooted Thomas, but I've done all these jobs before. I can help you. Then no one will call you a silly Billy. So together, Billy and Thomas collected Farmer McColl's chickens and took them to the docks. Then they delivered the diesel oil to Mavis and Diesel at the quarry. And lastly, they delivered coal to the depot. Thomas was very tired. Goodbye, Billy, he chuffed. Sir Topham Hatt will be very pleased you finished all your jobs. Thomas started to puff away.
Thomas,
Bubbled Billy.
you're not a bossy boiler. You're a really useful engine, and I really enjoyed working with you.
Thomas felt very happy. Billy wasn't a silly Billy anymore, and Thomas had made a really good friend. Every engine on the island of Sodor looks different. Can you tell who this is? This engine has a tall funnel and a sparkly, shiny dome. What else can we see on this engine? It's the number 5. Do you know which engine on Sodor is number 5? Here's another clue. This engine is bright and shiny and red. There's only one engine on Sodor who is red. Do you know who it is? That's right, it's James. Hello, James. The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. There are lots and lots of engines. Who's that puffing along the track? It's Toby. Toby is very special. He is Sodor's only steam tram. And he has the number 7 painted on his side. He has cowcatchers on the front. And a very loud bell. Toby likes doing lots of jobs. Shunting vegetables, shunting coal, and he especially likes seeing the animals at Farmer McColl's farm, even the chickens. Toby also has his own carriage, Henrietta. Together they take children to and from the seaside. Toby has his own shed at Allsdale End. He's very happy there. One morning, Toby puffed out of his shed. The birds twittered good morning to him. That made Toby very happy. Thomas puffed by. Toby liked saying hello to Thomas. Then he chuffed off to work. Thomas spotted that Toby was wet. Then he saw that there were a lot of holes in the roof of Toby's shed. Thomas decided to ask Sir Topham Hatt to build Toby a new roof. Thomas was sure that that would make Toby very happy, but it didn't. Toby looked sadder and sadder. Soon the new roof was finished. Thomas was very pleased, but Toby looked sadder than ever. Thomas asked Toby what was wrong. Toby told Thomas he liked his old roof with holes. The birds flew in through the holes to make their nests. So Toby's shed was their home too. Later, Thomas had an idea. He asked the workmen to build a new home for the birds. Toby's birds came back, and that made Toby very happy. One day, James told Toby that the new Sodor Museum was opening. All the engines were having a repaint for the celebration. But Toby wasn't having a repaint. Toby was worried. He knew that museums were places where they sent old things that weren't useful anymore. Toby thought Sir Topham Hatt wanted Toby to be in the museum. Toby decided to show Sir Topham Hatt that he was too useful to be put in the museum. Then he saw Sir Topham Hatt. He didn't want Sir Topham Hatt to talk to him. Then there was trouble. Sir Topham Hatt would put him in the museum now, but Toby was wrong. Sir Topham Hatt told him that he was far too useful. And because he was Sodor's only steam tram, he had a special job for Toby. Toby was to take all the visitors to the museum for the grand opening. Toby the steam tram is very special. Everyone on Sodor knows that. And they are all very proud of Toby. Percy has 2 heavy jobs to do today. First, Percy has to move 2 cars of slate into a siding. The slate is very heavy. What can Percy do? Percy has a good idea. He's pulling the cars 1 car at a time. Well done, Percy. Percy has moved both the cars of heavy slate. Now, Percy has to move lots of coal, but he only has 1 freight car. What can Percy do? Percy has another good idea. He moves the coal a little at a time. Well done, Percy. Percy has done both his jobs. He's not just strong, he's very clever. Edward and the Mail. Edward is a very wise engine. He knows all about Sir Topham Hatt's railway. He often works as a back engine. The other engines know they can always ask Edward for help. One morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds.
Percy has broken down. He's at the repair yard, boomed Sir Topham Hatt. I need another engine to take the mail.
Edward can do it, chirped Emily. Yes, huffed Henry. Edward knows how to do everything.
Good idea, said Sir Topham Hatt.
But Edward had never taken the mail before. Sir Topham Hatt told Edward to collect the parcels and deliver them, just like Percy. Edward wanted to ask how Percy would deliver the mail, but he didn't want to look silly.
I don't want Sir Topham Hatt to think I can't deliver the mail, puffed Edward. I'll have to work out how to do it by myself.
When Edward arrived at the mail depot, the station master was waiting for him.
You have lots of parcels to deliver today, said the station master. Some for Farmer McColl, some for the children's party at Maithwaite, and some more for the school.
Edward didn't know which of the parcels to deliver first.
Maybe I should go to Farmer McColl's, Edward sighed. Or maybe the school.
Edward puffed up to a junction. Thomas was waiting.
Hello, Edward,
chuffed Thomas.
Are you delivering the mail today?
Yes, puffed Edward.
You'll be good at that, tooted Thomas.
You know how to do everything. Edward really wanted to ask Thomas which parcels he should deliver first, but Edward didn't want to look silly. The signal changed. Edward watched Thomas puff away. He was worried.
Everyone thinks I know how to do everything, Edward moaned. I hope I get it right.
Edward decided to take the parcels to the children's party first. But Edward didn't know that Percy delivered the parcels in a special order. He accidentally left Farmer McColl's parcels with the children, and he whooshed away.